everybody, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Let's go ahead and talk Ladies Who List Season 1, Episode 4, Grand Openings and Grand Closings. So the episode picks up right where the last one left off with Robin and Kiana. Remember, they were out to lunch and they were trying to hash out the issues that they have between them. So they talked about the argument that happened when Robin was trying to get everybody together. To see if they all wanted to come together and form this black superhero real estate firm and brokerage where they could all work together and kind of feed off of each other. It was like clients and energy. Sitting here choking. And they were going to hash out what really happened between the two of them when Kiana needed Robin to hold her contracts for her while she opened her brokerage. So they're talking about it, and I do want to point this out. Kiana has said 26 contracts and 29 contracts. I feel like every time she talks about it, she goes back and forth between the two. Which one is it? I just want to know which one is it, because that matters monetary wise. You know what also matters monetary wise is paying attention. So I hope, Kiana, that it's not that you just misheard. So Robin was like, yeah, I was going to charge you $500. And Kiana said, no. You said you were going to charge me $500 a contract. Robin said, no. I told you $500. And Kiana was like, a contract. So my thing is, I would love to have known how that conversation went. Because did it go with Kiana, you saying, hey, Robin, I need you to would you mind holding some contracts for me? And Robin saying, sure, for $500. And then in your mind, you being like, a contract? Girl, no. Or did you actually say, is that per contract or total? Because I feel like a misunderstanding of that magnitude is crazy. We're talking a $12,000 difference. A $12,000 plus difference. So I tweeted it, and someone said that they think Robin is gaslighting Kiana. A couple of people liked that tweet. There were some people that said that Kiana probably just misheard. I feel like at this point we need to let it go and move on. I feel at this point we need to let it go and move on, because we're never going to know the truth of how that conversation went. But I think that I don't know, that's rough, y'all, because you had to have clarified that. I can't imagine telling somebody, okay, I'll do something for you for $500, and then them being like, I don't know, that's too much for like 26 contracts. Or better yet, flip it. I can't imagine asking someone to do something for me and them saying, yeah, Tammy, I'll do it for $500, and me being like, per contract or total. So that is wild. That is wild to me. But okay. So Kiana said that, so Robin tells her, girl, you goofed. You messed that up yourself. And Kiana was like, I don't mishear. And I especially don't mishear when it comes to money. I don't know if you misheard this time or what, but that is a whole ass mess. That is a mess. But they vowed to drop it, to let it go, and that they are going to have better communication going forward. So little things like this don't further get in the way of them doing business together or whatever the case. I am appalled, and I don't know who to believe. I really don't know who to believe. So we switch over to Tiana. She is showing that one guy, that designer, that condo. She's trying to put a valuation number on it. She wants to sell for about $1.5 million. He says no. He wants it to be upwards a little over $2 million. She tells him that's way beyond the market for the entire building. So that is not going to work. So she wants to table it and then come and revisit it later. She feels that if he waits like another year or two and then tries to sell it at that price, then he'll get a bunch of money. You know, he'll get the most bang for his buck. So we move over to Crystal, Kiana, and Kira. They're out at like a little bar type situation having some drinks. And Crystal said that she is still processing dinner and everything that happened. Crystal, it's not them. This shouldn't be hard for you to process, girl. This should not be hard for you to process. Your friend, very loosely, your friend came into a situation. She wanted to present an idea to a collective group of women. It started to go south very, 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 very quickly. Robin got defensive because she was getting it from different ways, and you began to tell her, "You're trigger, you're trigger, you're trigger, you're trigger." Like, if we would have had a shot for every time somebody said trigger, we would have all been drunk. So Kira feels that Robin was immature in how she handled it. Kira, you were immature. Because, girl, you are still upset about being unfollowed on Instagram. And I get it. You were commenting on each other pictures and hot eyes and all this other stuff. But, let's be real. It's Instagram. It's Instagram. You said that y'all don't kick it. Y'all don't know her. Y'all not friends. Is it really a big deal if a stranger has been commenting on your Instagram and then they unfollow you? People have a number of reasons for unfollowing people or for following people on social media. I feel like it shouldn't involve all this. It shouldn't cause all this. So Kiana tells them, so Crystal mentions how she has not talked to her, and that's hurtful to her because this is her best friend. Crystal, she's not your best friend. She's not even your friend. That is a business working relationship. Y'all are co-workers, girl, but okay. So Kiana said, yeah, I talked to her. We went out to eat. And you can see Crystal's jealous. You can see Crystal feels away. So Kiana said that apparently Crystal said, or Kiana is saying that Robin told her she would only charge her $500 total. And they both were like, that's quite a big difference. Like, we're all saying. Kiana said they're going to move past it and they're going to work for it. And then Crystal is like, well, it's great that you talked to her because I haven't. Crystal, have you called her? If it's one thing that I cannot stand, is for somebody to feel like you are supposed to contact them. If it is one thing I cannot stand, is for somebody to feel that you should always contact them. Because I am quick to tell people that my phone rings the same way that it can dial out. I have stopped talking to people because they feel that they don't have to contact me. I should always be the one to reach out to them. That doesn't work over here with me. So Crystal then goes on to say she doesn't understand why saying triggered was such a big deal. So did you not pay attention in therapy? Did you not pay attention in therapy? Like, what is going on? Crystal, you sat up there with your therapist, and your therapist told you how you saying triggered would be a big deal. You sat up there and talked to Kiana and Kira already that same night about how saying triggered would be such a big deal. Tiana told you. Tiffany told you about how you saying triggered over and over would be a big deal. You're not dumb. You're just being ignorant right now. You're being willfully ignorant about this situation. And I just, you just want to double down on it. And I can't stand when people want to double down on stuff like this. So then she starts to get condescending and said that she won't say triggered. She'll Google some synonyms for words that she can say to avoid this in the future. Why don't you Google how to shut the fuck up? I can't stand people that are condescending. Like, that is so rude. That is so rude. And then for you to try to make it seem like it's just a word. It's just a word. But you were mad when Tiana had them words for you about you being a bad friend. Bad friend is just a phrase, girl. It's just a word. Like, stop it. You know damn well why saying triggered bothered that woman. Or you need to take your ass back to therapy and tell your therapist you did not understand what y'all went over in the last session. But that's ridiculous. It's tacky, it's childish, and it makes you look stupid. So then she gets mad when Kiana mentions that Tiffany was saying how she would have just removed Robin from the situation because that's what a friend would do. So then it turns into, well, you're not her friend. Crystal, you're not her friend either. You're not her friend either. You should have tried to really remove her from the situation. It shouldn't have been, oh, let me keep saying your trigger, your trigger, your trigger. Like, that shit was stupid. It was annoying to watch, and it's even more annoying to watch Crystal sit up here and double and triple down on what she did. Admit that you were wrong. You handled it wrong. You weren't being a real friend to her. You're clearly not a real friend after this because you still haven't reached out to her because Robin was not in the wrong. You were in the wrong in what happened between the two of y'all. You were in the wrong. So then we have Robin going to look at a condo. I don't know if it's a condo or an apartment. But she's supposed to be meeting up with her buyer, or supposed to be meeting up with the guy that owns it. He's a client of hers, and she noticed that he is listing the apartment, but not with her. So she's mad about it. They had an appointment apparently. She gets to the house, to the condo, and his assistant is there. And was like, he's not here, he's out of town. So she's mad because she feels that it's disrespectful, which it is, and he did that because he didn't want to be in front of her. Like, he didn't want to talk to her for real, for real. So she FaceTimes him and says that he's to take the listing away from the other listing agent. So Robin feels that because she sold him that apartment and that she's been working with him for X amount of years, that whenever he needs to list something, that it should be hers. So she said there's a lot of money on the line for the commission, that is rightfully her money. He was like, well, if it doesn't sell within 6 months, then I'll move it over. And she was like, no, you can get out of the contract easily. You don't have to wait 6 months. He was like, it's called ethics, okay? I'm going to let her continue doing it. And then Robin is like, well, it's not going to sell. And then he was like, okay. And then if it doesn't, then we'll wrench around back to you. She feels that the marketing person, she feels that that listing agent is using her marketing material, I guess, from the same video that was on like a previous listing to kind of show the place. So she's upset about that. She's yelling, she's cussing, she's screaming. And it's like, Robin, sweetheart, this is what people are talking about with you. Not being able to control your emotions. Why are you yelling and cussing and screaming at that man? Do you think that's going to make him take the listing from the other person and give it back to you? It's not. It's not. It's not going to make him want to do that. In case you were wondering, that's not how it's going to go. So we have Tiffany and Tiana. They're out work. They're in the park doing some, getting some exercise, working out a little bit. And Tiffany tells her that she's working on her new office. It's almost finished. So she wants her... She's a lawyer. She's a closing agent. So, closing attorney, I should say. So, she wants her law firm to feel more like an experience when you come in to sign your closing papers. She wants to, maybe have some food, have a little music for you. Like, she said it's basically going to be like a lounge. But she wants it to feel like, let's really celebrate the fact that you just closed on the house. So, she said she's not inviting Crystal because she wants positive vibes there. And Crystal is a negative person. And I said, well... She's a little negative, so. And then she talks about when she met up with Robin. She said the energy was good. And it's not even her wanting to get Robin's business. It's more of wanting to just get to know her as a person and maybe even be friends with her because she just likes her spirit. And she also can resonate with her and she can, what's the word I'm looking for? She can sympathize with her because they she understands what she's going through when it comes to her mental health. So Tiana then starts giving some background on her family, said that her mother struggled with addiction, so her mom wasn't really in her life early on, and her father was able to raise, 3 daughters. So Tiffany is just kind of it's kind of telling how, Tiana has opened up about her mother suddenly to me, different path, but still, struggles with her mother, while Robin has had struggles with her mom as well, and they're just in a different way, but we're all kind of walking the same path, we're all kind of walking the same type of life, just with different pit stops and stuff with it. So I was like, all right, cool. We're happy to see that Robin got somebody, that is actually like understanding what went on at the fight. So Kira and Tiffany go to a house that they sold to this guy that has like this trucking business, to go see all the different renovations that he put into it. The house was amazing. House was dope. He then tells them that something on his bucket list is that he wants to buy his mama house. So they're going to start working on trying to find his mama house. And that's going to be a surprise for her birthday. What a great son. What a great son. So Robin and Carlos, that's the guy's name. Carlos is back in town. Him and Robin are meeting up for some drinks. Okay? She tells him that she's mad that he listed that property with someone else. And she is like, I want the property back. She wants the listing back. He told her that it sold. It sold last night for $2.275 million, all cash, no inspection, no nothing. Done. She is pissed. She is pissed. Now, from my time of watching Selling Sunset and Selling Tampa, I think that is roughly, maybe a $200,000 or so commission, something along those lines. It's a lot of money. So Robin is pissed. He tells her that, she's great. She has great personality. She's very knowledgeable. But he tells her she needs to learn how to eat shit. And I didn't understand what he meant by that either. Sometimes things are going to happen, but... Or you could have just told her, girl, I went with somebody else. Did you really have to explain it? Is she entitled? How does that work? Is she entitled to all of your houses for some reason? But maybe she just thought they had a better, working relationship. So he told her, so then she's like, I want to move forward with Sell Atlanta, which is her brokerage. And she said that she has always wanted in the back of her mind for it to be this big exclusive. And he was like, that's bullshit. Don't even finish. Because you built Selling Atlanta for yourself. So for you to turn around and make it seem like you did it because you wanted to do this big inclusive thing, you're lying. So then he tells her, how about this? How about this? I'm going to give you all my listings. So it's three, It was 3 apartment or condos, a house, something for an office. He's going to buy a house. He's going to give her everything. And then she just kind of needs to show him what she can do. Robin said that he didn't sow any doubt in her mind about working with all the other ladies. She has that own doubt herself because she is wondering why the other ladies feel like they need to be friends to work together. And I get what she's saying, but Robin, you can't just expect all these women or just people to come in and y'all just, put paperwork in folders and mailboxes and there's no type of conversation or camaraderie whatsoever. Yes, work is easier if everybody has a good rapport with one another. Work is easier if everybody is somewhat cordial and have a semblance of a friendship. And I think that Robin is more straight business minded because she doesn't trust people. And I get that, but you can't get mad when other people actually value relationships and friendships in the way that you don't. So Kira and Crystal. So Kira gets called over to Crystal's office, Kimber Law, and she's getting a 5-star lunch. It's bottle service. It's people bringing out shrimp cocktail and all type of stuff. And they talk about their relationships. Kira just got out of a 5-year relationship. Crystal got out of a 4-year relationship. Crystal said that she was just tired of how she was being treated. He works in real estate, and they had to start dividing up property and stuff as if they were married because they did live together. So Crystal then says that she's not trying to steal Kira away from Tiffany, but with Kira's numbers, because Kira is, moving and grooving down there, it's enough business to go around. That's not how we do this, Crystal. I don't think you should be doing it that way. I think you know that what you're doing is wrong, because if you felt that you really just wanted to kind of, maybe share some of her business in a very ethical, not shady way, Tiffany would have been sitting at that table eating shrimp cocktail too. But you didn't do it that way. You were very shady with it. Kira in her confessional was like, she know damn well I closed with Tiffany. So Crystal feels that Kira does enough to spread her businesses around, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I think Crystal is worried that Robin is going to go with someone else and she won't get Robin's listings. That's what that's about. So it's Tiffany's opening, and Kira tells them how Crystal had her for a 5-star lunch. Tiffany feels away and it's like, that's bogus. We were all just at this meeting with Robin pitching for us to all come together and work together, and here you are trying to poach one of my people away. That's why you're not invited to that party. That's exactly why you're not at the opening. That's exactly why. So Robin is like, oh, that's great lighting. Let's take a selfie. Kira don't want to get in the selfie. And it's like, girl, Kira's being childish. You're being childish. You could have gotten the damn picture. So Kira offers to take the picture, and then Robin is like, okay, well, I'll take a picture of you and the other ladies. And Kira's like, we have so many together already. It's fine. Like, okay. So Robin and Kiana go into like a little conference room so they can talk. And Robin said that she sent Crystal a text the night that everything went down. And Crystal said she would respond, but she didn't. Have you spoken to her? Kiana said, yeah, I spoke to her last week. And Crystal said that you weren't answering her text. Robin said, that's a lie, because I haven't blocked her or anything. She hasn't called me. So Robin said that her feelings are hurt, that Crystal never reached out. Her feelings are hurt that when all that was going on, Crystal was playing both sides. Because if we're supposed to be friends, if I'm getting attacked in the way that I was getting attacked, you should have been there for me and had my back no matter what. And I agree. I agree. Like, Crystal can say all she wants to, that she did the best she could to diffuse that situation, but you really didn't, girl. You really did handle it very, very poorly. So Robin then said, well, we're not even friends. The only reason we are friends is because I met her through her boyfriend, who's in real estate, and she wanted to make sure that I wasn't fucking him. I said, you got that right. Y'all are not friends. This is messy. I have never had a falling out with a friend and then went around trashing them to everybody. This is crazy. Kiana was like, I don't think that's why. So then Kiana tries to explain to Robin, you were hitting her legs, hitting her hands away. Robin says, so what? I didn't like how she was talking to me. Now, see, that's a problem, Robin, because you can't feel like you can put your hands on somebody and it's just okay because you didn't like how the situation was going. So when Kiana was like, have you looked at it from her perspective? Robin said, no, I can't look at it through her perspective because I'm not her. If she wants to explain her perspective, she can call me and we can talk about it. And I said, oh, okay. I mean, what can you say? I mean, I agree with that snippet that if Crystal wants to get her perspective out, yeah, you need to call Robin yourself. But what a mess. They're not friends. We're not seeing enough houses get sold on here. We're not seeing enough houses get sold. Y'all talked about selling Tampa. They not selling no houses on here either. We're looking at some houses, but we're not seeing no houses get sold. But this has been Ladies Who List Atlanta, Season 1, Episode 4. Let me know how you guys felt about the episode. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next one.